The first guest on this week's show is an athlete who has battled back from injuries her first 2 seasons at Notre Dame to finally take the field during the regular season for the Irish women's soccer team this fall. Sandra Yu has become a key player in this year's 14th ranked Irish squad, starting all 10 games at midfield. She has already scored 2 goals for the Irish this season and picked up her first assist in the big 2-0 win at Michigan State. Sandra also challenges herself in the classroom, where she is a pre-med major. Somehow, Sandra has found the time to spend some time with Jack and Joe today.
It sounded like it was an ordeal to come spend time with us.
This isn't what you want to be doing right now.
Thank you very much.
Also, they
honored.
completely missed your 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year awards in high school, and I needed to make sure that they noted that.
Thanks, Joe.
It's noted.
And what state was that? Give us a little
Ohio.
personal background on hometown and family.
Okay, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Born and raised in Strongsville. I went to private school my whole life. Graduated from Walsh Jesuit High School. I have 4 older siblings. I'm the baby of 5, which I think has contributed a lot to my success, having to keep up with them, always chasing them around. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, typical life, kind of.
That'll make you competitive.
Yeah,
four
it definitely
older siblings.
has.
I had 2 older sisters, 2 younger. What about you?
I'm 2 older sisters, 1 younger sister, and I don't know, anyone that says that having sisters is easier than having brothers doesn't understand the struggle, because they're mean, they're nasty.
Yes.
Exactly. They were soccer players too. So
We get in some fights.
Yeah.
So. But for the most part, we all get along.
On the chance my sisters are listening to this, I have to defend them and say, it was a pretty good gig to be the only boy with 4 sisters.
My brother's the oldest, and there's 4 younger girls.
Yeah,
So.
it's a pretty good gig. In the introduction we talked about the injuries. So 2 years battling that, it must feel great to be out on the pitch and contributing the way you are.
Yeah, it feels amazing to finally be back out there. It took a long time. I don't even know last year if you could consider it an injury. It was more just like the mental process of coming back. So I was completely cleared and healthy, but mentally I just wasn't there yet, and it took some time. But I don't know, with the help of everyone, I was able to get through it and finally get back on the field doing what I love. So it's been really great.
I kind of went through that same process, just kind of really you're almost feeling your way around the field or the pitch in your case, and you don't exactly feel confident. What exactly did you go and do? Was it just kind of repetition, or did you go and see somebody about it, or what exactly did you go through to do that?
So to gain my confidence back, basically when you come back from an injury, as you said, your confidence is basically shattered. And it's really hard, and physically you're healthy again, but yeah, the mental aspect was really hard. So I did get help. I talked to a bunch of psychologists and met with them and was pretty consistent about it. And eventually I just kind of clicked, and when spring hit, I finally started to believe that I could do it. And I don't know, I just went out there and kind of played. I didn't have any fears. I kind of just let it go. At first I was hesitant, worried about every mistake you're going to make. But then eventually I just got to the point where I was it doesn't matter if I mess up at this point. I just need to try it and have fun again. I
was going to say, it's obviously working, because when you talk to girls on the team, it's almost like they respect you in the same category as Bastian Schweinsteiger of Bayern Munich, which is the Fußballgott. It's pretty incredible, the respect that your teammates have for you. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see.
Thanks.
Nice try on the accent.
I really tried. The Fußballgott. I think that's what I say. It's like the football God, I think, in German. I'm not sure. I don't know. We're gonna have somebody call in with an angry. I know, right? We're gonna have somebody call in with an angry complaint about my German accent.
I've gotten to see you guys. The schedule's worked out. I've gotten to see you play quite a bit this year. I love the aggressiveness of the team. I mean, it is a more aggressive version of our team than I've seen in a while. Was that the intention coming into the season?
We definitely have an aggressive mentality. We went through the program similar to what they did, the exact same thing. They didn't believe us, but we did the exact same drills.
I think you did a little bit more than we did, to be honest.
They were all you guys lifted the log back and forth.
Yeah, no,
we're
soft. We're soft.
Yeah, we did it. But I think that really helped us, because when we were there, the whole mindset of it was attack, attack, attack. And that was something, we are a team that likes to play pretty soccer, but we have to sometimes get down and dirty and just attack and be aggressive. And I think that is something that we've gotten a lot better at, and just laying it out there.
Yeah, I mean, so you're talking about getting down and dirty. You work in the midfield a lot of the time with Glory, Glory Williams, who's in the midfield with you. I feel like she's a really aggressive player.
Yeah.
How does that kind of complement your style? Maybe you do like to be a little bit more creative, and you're working together in that kind of yin and yang.
Yeah, it kind of works like that. Like, she kind of can do the dirty work, and then kind of me and Savvy kind of get like the pretty part of it. But I mean, well, now we have to adjust right now because I don't know if you've heard, but Glory has a concussion, so she's not with us. Like, she's with us, but she's not playing right now, and so we're adjusting to that. So we've been trying to figure out some midfield stuff right now, but I think we're getting there. Last game was a little rough, but we kind of figured it out, so I think we'll be okay. But her presence will definitely be missed, and she is very aggressive and good at getting down and dirty.
There's no break in this conference. I mean, you obviously had a very big victory against Virginia, and then you faced a tough 1-0 loss against Florida State. They just keep coming. How does that cause you to approach the season? I mean, knowing that it's just one game after another like that.
I think when we look at the fact that we're in the ACC, it's such a good thing. Like, the past weekend we had against Virginia and then Florida State resembles a Final Four. So it was essentially like we just played a Final Four, like a semi and then final. And I think having it in the middle of the season even helped more because we can see where we are and how we compare and that we're capable of competing with these best teams in the nation. And the fact that we just have it one game after another just prepares us even more for the postseason, I think. So I guess it's really good that we have this rough season or hard season, I guess, with one of the best schedules in the country.
So you said like it's almost like a Final Four in the middle of the year. How do you just said, Jack said you come right back. You have Miami tomorrow, right? Or is it? Yeah, I think tomorrow. How do you come back? And just stay on emotional high. It's got to be so hard to kind of just keep that rolling throughout the season with all tough opponents.
Well, one thing we're trying to work on right now is our consistency, just because we feel like we have been somewhat inconsistent. We obviously played Virginia very well, and we won that game, and then came out pretty flat against Florida State. So I think going throughout the season, we have to just go into each game with the same mindset that we're going to attack and be aggressive and be consistent. So.
A lot of young people contributing on this team. What role have you played in trying to help them integrate into the program?
Well, I kind of feel like a young player out there still. It's kind of my first year back. The other day someone asked me how I was feeling, and I was like, I'm kind of tired. It's kind of my first season ever playing college soccer. It's new to me, and I was just like not used to having to balance so much just with like the minutes and everything. But I think just being around and knowing the program and everything, that I've been able to help them off the field more so and talk to them about school and like if they're stressed, like it's okay. Like everyone is going to go through that time. Like you'll get through it. Just know that we're here and just use your resources. So I think more so off the field than on. I'm trying to be more of a leader on the field, but I think that'll come with time as I become more confident and whatnot.
Well, off the field, you're incredibly impressive. You're doing you're a pre-med, a pre-med focus. Which road are you taking? Are you anthropology or? How are you going biology? 'Cause I know that you can do pre-med, but it's not exactly a major, right?
Yeah, no, I'm science business right now.
Okay.
So I'm taking all science classes, and then I'll take the core business classes eventually.
Okay.
Right now, I'm not too sure if I want to go to med school. It's definitely in the back of my mind. That's something I've always wanted to do. PT looks kind of, I don't know, inviting, I guess. I think that would be really cool to work with athletes, obviously. My dad was a doctor. He was a podiatrist, so that is something that I would look forward to doing, and I think that if I did pursue a career in medicine, it'd probably be that. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, with your experience, you could be really good at that. I mean, right?
Yeah, feet.
Now you've come back from an injury. Yeah, feet.
Yeah, good connection there,
I'm trying to make a connection.
You got it.
I'm working. You can see
I use my feet a lot. You're right.
You can see the cogs turning. It's tough for me. Remember, football player hitting the head a lot.
We were looking for you to make a podiatry reference in German. We were
I'll work on my German for next time.
That you stayed English with that. So obviously incredibly busy with soccer and studies at that level. Time for anything else? How do you relax?
I relax a little bit, I guess. Mostly just by myself. I like to just, at the end of the day, just get away and, I don't know, decompress from everything. But I am very studious and kind of gets in the way sometimes. I can get overly stressed and anxious about things. But I do find time to hang out with my friends, and like once a week or something we'll be like, okay, let's all just like go like get ice cream or something and just talk, and like no book bags, nothing, like yeah, just like sit there and talk. And but it is hard to find time, but you end up making it, or just like the phone call to home, just a way to disconnect from here for a little bit.
Yeah, what Joe likes to do when he's stressed is listen to John Prine. Are you a John Prine fan?
I'm a big John Prine guy.
Really?
Big John Prine. Angel from Montgomery. I don't know if you've heard. It's his big song. This is an inside joke. So
Joe, I'm shocked that Joe doesn't know who John Prine is. So we're working our way through that.
I wanted to ask you. So I just did the 17 for 17 Segway challenge. I know a friend of mine, Lindsey Brown, started that.
Yes.
A little while back. Can you just give maybe our listeners a quick brief background on the 17 for 17 challenge?
So the 17 for 17 is a juggling challenge. And we kicked it off last week. Like you said, Lindsey Brown is the founder of the Segway Project, which is a nonprofit organization that helps raise money and awareness for children or females in developing countries so that they can go to school. So through sport. So they're using soccer to help these girls gain confidence and like believe in themselves and like feel like they can go to school, and helping raise money for all of that. And so we've been working closely with her, mostly Emily Geyer has. She's been in contact with her, and they came up with this idea to do 17 for 17. So it's similar to the ALS Bucket Challenge, where we're asking people to juggle anything basically 17 times or donate $17 to the Segway Project. So it's kind of that idea, and then we challenge 3 people and pass it along.
Well, if the viewers want to see something entertaining, you can see Deshaun Kaiser, myself, Scott Daly, and Corey Robinson all juggle a football between each other, and you'll have to see how many times we get it. But it's on social media if you want to check it out and challenge us to see if you can get more than 17.
Look forward to seeing it. And there's a great piece on Lindsay in our video library that I encourage people to check out as well. She's done remarkable things committed to those young women. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Good luck for the rest of the season, and go Irish.
Go Irish.
Thanks, go Irish.
We'll be back in a minute.